Good morning, Trump's family. Welcome back to my channel. Have a good day, everyone, and God bless you. Alright, without further ado, let's get into the news this Saturday morning. But just as an informative thing. This is how crooks and criminals and high places do things over inflated real estate, over inflated art. And this is how they exchange money for illicit goods, including people and including children. This is how they do it. They do it through these means. Hunter Biden, under investigation for tax fraud and gun-related violations, attended the state dinner at the White House on Thursday with more than 300 influential guests, celebrities, foreign dignitaries and politicians. The dinner was hosted by Joe Biden and honor our French President Emmanuel Macron. Why Hunter appeared at the dinner is unknown. He's probably influencing. It's just bad taste. But Joe Biden, we know how he got to the Oval Office. Does he really care what we think? I'm not going to learn the list here, but it's the usual people: Stephen Colbert, John Legend and Chrissy Teigen. Interesting also, there are some names here that surprised me. So we had Anthony Blinken, Secretary of State Pete Buttigieg. His Chief of Staff, Mr. Clean. General Mark Milley. That's interesting, tells you where Mark Billy really is. Nancy Pelosi. But then we'd had some interesting names here in Chuck Schumer and Secretary of State Assembly Secretary of Treasury Janet Yellen. But also Tim Cook was there. Now we know why he was in town. Vogue editor Kevin McCarthy was there. Steve Scalise was there. Susan Collins was there. Michael McCaul, representative Republican out of Texas, was there, and so was Senator James Risch of Idaho. I would decline section invitation. Tasteless and gaudy. Alright folks, as we're talking about Kanye West, I'm seeing an unnecessary controversy here on someone who I detest, and that has to do with Hakeem Jeffries being silent on his anti-Semitic uncle's tirades, an uncle that he's close to and in the past has said he doesn't share his views. Folks, let's not go up to Hakeem Jeffries, because of what his uncle says, that makes us sound like Democrats. Alright, let's just be as this ridiculous. Alright. That's all I gotta say about that. Okay, let's talk about the support that President Trump has prior to 2024 and why this is important. Let me back up. Let me get to the meat, get to the point right now, and why it's important. President Trump over the next 2 years has a knockout all contenders to MAGA and America First. The first, of course, obviously, is obvious if he does run as Ron DeSantis. Who I like Ron DeSantis. I like what he said and did on Tucker Carlson. I believe it was last night. I'll probably play that over the weekend. And I think he's done a great job in Florida, and this is some big news, so apparently they're calling it the Big Bang, but you know what I prefer to call it: Unleash the Kraken. Here we go. Elon Musk is about to grant amnesty to get this 62,000 suspended or banned Twitter accounts and so open the floodgates, let them all back in, release the Kraken, the free speech crack in Twitter, as back left boys of course are losing their mind at the idea that it's going to be a fair platform, that conservatives and conservative views are going to be allowed to exist to hold all horror. Their little left-wing Twitter cesspool is no more a little left-wing hive mind. Their echo chamber comes to an end, possibly within the next couple of days. It's already pretty much come to an end, but this is going to take it to the next level. And also Elon Musk plans to take it to the next level because he's promising to give us a window into everything related to censorship behind the scenes at Twitter, planning on giving us full transparency into what has happened over the last X amount of years. Things are crazy, and they continue to get crazier, and I'm absolutely here for it. Alright folks. Take a look at this big news. They call it the Big Bang. Elon Musk's Twitter team begins process of reinstating 62,000 suspended accounts after posting a poll reinstating President Donald Trump last week. Elon has shifted his focus to a more wide range of users. Everyone. Musk posted a poll to Twitter asking about granting general amnesty to accounts that didn't break the law or spam egregiously. In a tweet posted by Elon, he asked should Twitter offer a general amnesty to suspended accounts provided that they have not broken the law or engaged in egregious spam. According to the results, a majority, 72% of respondents, agree that suspended accounts should be reinstated. And Elon Musk responds with the same Latin phrase that people have spoken: amnesty begins next week. Vox Populi, Vox Dei, which I believe, if I'm not mistaken, if I remember off the top of my head, means something like the will of the people is the will of God or something along those lines. And so it seems democracy is back no longer as your right to free speech online in the online town square up to a bunch of technocrat unelected oligarchs, who view themselves as the arbiters of truth or in control of the general public message. No longer the power is back where it belongs, in the hands of the people, folks, and of course, lefties are losing their what? Oh, my God, it's not fair. Conservatives aren't allowed to have their accounts back seems to be their opinions. How absolutely disgusting. But what it really is fear. Left droids are fearful that they're losing power and control over messaging. They've maintained this power for so long, over a decade at this point. And finally, there's a little bit of a counterbalance, and you can tell that they're friggin' losing their minds based on some of the tweets. I've been trying to find this tweet, but I just can't find it. So you'll just have to take my word for it. And I'll describe it. But there's an MSNBC journalist who tweeted the other day that it's horrifying that over the last couple of days or last couple of weeks that he's lost followers, while his Republican colleagues are gaining followers. Oh, it's unfair. Is it though? Is it really unfair? Or is the deck finally not stacked in your favor? And now you're losing your mind? Is it unfair? Or is it finally fair? Which one is it? Well, the answer is very clearly that it's finally fair. Left boys are deciding that they want to leave the platform because Donald Trump's account has been reinstated and free speech is back. That's their prerogative. They want to leave because it's an open platform. Go on ahead. There's that little alternative that they created, which is aptly named Hive. I should friggin' sue them. They're essentially creating a liberal hive mind and called the app Hive. I mean, clearly, it's failing. But if you don't like Twitter, then go to another platform. It's a private company. After all, the trolling aside, lefties are leaving the platform because Donald Trump's account is being reinstated. And so lefty major accounts who have their followers or bots anyways, are losing followers, and conservatives are gaining followers because conservatives are coming back and conservatives are joining because finally they can operate on the platform without fear of censorship or without shadow bans. They finally have equal Twitter rights, so to speak. It's not that this MSNBC's Republican colleagues are somehow getting preferential treatment. It's that Republicans are finally getting the same treatment that Democrats have enjoyed since the start of the platform. And of course, left boys can't handle it. They're losing their minds. Let me show you some really great examples here actually. Here's a tweet from Monica Lewinsky. Really important decisions from this platform should be made by employees of Twitter as the option 1 in the poll or a public poll on Twitter. 90% of respondents chose a public poll on Twitter. In other words, 90% of respondents chose democracy over Twitter employees deciding what's best for the people. Monica Lewinsky wasn't very happy about that. A friendly reminder, as a bunch of abhorrent people most correctly banned are back on here, that you can block the F out of them. Here's the bummer of the new algorithms unleashed, or at least seemingly new. Never before have I had to X the comments versus likes, and most of them are negative. Never have you been ratioed. Well, once again, welcome to an even playing field. These left droids have enjoyed their little echo chamber for so long, where they're never challenged on any of their beliefs, where everything they say is amplified artificially by the algorithms, and where conservatives are underrepresented. Now conservatives seem to be equally represented. Elon Musk is probably working on the algorithm to make it less biased towards promoting left-wing characters and ideas, probably less algorithmic manipulation, benefiting Democrats. And now all these high-profile leftists are shocked. It's abhorrent that my terrible takes and ideas are now being challenged by conservatives. Well, it's about to get a whole lot worse. I mean, scary freedom and democracy is coming back. Left boys are losing their minds because 62,000 Twitter accounts are about to be unbanned. General amnesty. And to make it even crazier, think about what that means. Elon Musk stated general amnesty targeting people who have not been found guilty of a crime, broken the law, or a part of some egregious spam campaign. Where does your brain immediately go when you hear that? Well, initially, Elon Musk said that Alex Jones wouldn't be coming back. But general amnesty is general amnesty. Alex Jones might be back. This is what I was telling you guys, just relax. Just because Elon Musk initially responded no doesn't mean that's gonna be the end result. He might change his mind. He's proven himself to be quite malleable. For too long has Twitter been a blue and non-Democrat circle jerk with artificially inflated Democrat views, follower counts, and just in general Democrat takes being boosted. It's finally turning around. And now a bunch of right-wing conservative thought leaders are coming back, leveling the playing field. Oh, and actually I forgot to mention this earlier. There was data analysis that was conducted, I think earlier in the week, no, last week. And the graph basically says it all. This is follower gains by party affiliation. Republicans are gaining massive follower counts in the hundreds of 1,000s. Democrats are losing by the tens of 1,000s. And in some cases, more than 100,000 follower losses. The playing field is being leveled and they hate it. They can't stand it. They cannot stand freedom. They can't stand the freedom of speech fairness. They want an unfair advantage. Anything else they view as abhorrent and unfair? Well, it's over Democrats, at least on Twitter. And folks, Elon Musk is about to blow the lid on this whole thing. Like I stated in the intro, he plans on giving us absolute transparency. Breaking. Elon Musk says he's about to publish files of Twitter's free speech suppression. Quote, the Twitter files on free speech suppression soon to be published on Twitter itself. The public deserves to know what really happened. Oh boy, lefties are coping and sieving. I absolutely love it. All I got to say is unleash the Kraken. Bring it on. It's about damn time. Oh, and speaking of sieving, take a look at this moment from one of the most recent White House press events where a journalist asks the White House what they're doing to keep Twitter in check. The question about Twitter. You know, there's the researcher at Stanford who says this is a critical moment, really, in terms of ensuring that Twitter does not become a vector for misinformation. Are you concerned about the Elon Musk says there's more and more subscribers coming online? Are you concerned about that? And what tools do you have? Who is at the White House that is really keeping track? Oh, when you're seeing stuff like this, you know, they're coping and seething beyond belief. The only question that I have is what's up with all of these supposedly journalists and their obsession with censorship and anti-free speech stances. These people are no journalists. They're coping, they're seething authoritarian leftists. Thank you very much. WWG1WGA. Give me your thoughts below and hit subscribe. See you again.